Hey everyone, and welcome back to VFX Vibe once again. So in today's video we are going to see a very interesting tips and tricks. So suppose that you are rendering artwork from your DCC application like Maya, Blender, Cinema 4D or Unreal, and if you want to post it on any kind of social media account, but you think that no, this video is okay, but this is not what I want, right? So here I always recommend to post process your data or post process your render either in nuke or Photoshop. Choice will be yours. So yes, in today's video we are going to see how we can do post process before posting any data or any render or any artwork on social media account. So keep it in mind that if we are rendering any kind of CG render or CG data, we have liberty that we can render passes, and further we can compose it in any kind of application like nuke and Photoshop. But what happens if you have any one render which is your beauty pass and you want to enhance your artwork little further just to post it? So without further wasting any time, let's jump to screen and let's see how we can do that. As you can see over here, I have a render, a very good render I will say, but I want little more crispier version, or I want little more dramatic version of this image just to post it, right? Let's start one by one. First thing first, as I can see, my highlights are great but not that great, so I want to create some kind of contrast so it can pop out more, right? So how I can do that? Just I'm going to hit a G on keyboard and I'm going to take a grade node, and in grade node we have that option to pump up my image or render by adding some kind of contrast, right? So I'm going to decrease my gamma, and always remember gamma works on midtones, right? And I'm going to increase my gain. Remember, gain works on highlights. As you can see over here, by doing this much only, my images or my render is looking bit better, isn't it? Right? Apart from that, I can do many things, like I'm going to take another grade node, and in this particular grade node I'm going to add some kind of color to shadow and highlight as well, right? So right now you can see your shadows, it's pretty grayed out, right? So there is no contrast, no drama, I would say. So there is no drama, right? So what I can do, I can just select my grade node and I can go to lift. Remember, lift works on shadows, right? So I'm going to hold down control and I'm going to click on this color wheel. What will happen? A pop-up will open, and what I can do, look closely, I'm going to add little blue to it. So yes, I'm getting a little bluish kind of effect. So let me check over here. Yes, I'm getting good amount of blue in shadows. If you are not able to see that, just increase this, and if I'm going to enable disable it, you can see only in shadows I'm having my blue, but I don't want this much blue. So what I can do, probably I can add a little green. So choices will be yours, something like that, and now I'm pretty happy. If you want dense blue or green, you can add it more. So might be I can enhance a little. At any point of time, I can come and I can change it. So I think I'm okay with it. Let me disable and enable it. Yes, now by doing this much only, you can see I'm having little blue in my shadows, right? I'm going to close it, and probably I'm going to add few more colors in my highlight as well. So I'm going to hold on control and just click. So here is a trick. If you added blue to the shadows, just try to add opposite color in your highlights. So orange will be opposite of blue. So I'm going to give a little hint of orange. It's all up to you how much orange you want in your highlights. And by doing this much only, you can easily see my mood of this artwork has been changed. So yes, you can do this. You can try different color themes as well. Like I am using complementary color theme. You can use analogous color schemes as well. You can add a split complementary as well. So it's all up to you. After this, what I can do, I can add little bit of sharpness as well, right? What I'm going to do, I'm going to take a node called log to lin, and I'm going to connect over here, and let's change operation from lin to log because I have linear input. After taking log to lin, I'm going to use sharpen node and I'm going to connect it, and again I'm going to copy this, just paste it, and this time I'm going to change log to lin, right? So nothing changed. I'm going to take a merge node and I'm going to connect it, and this time operation will be max. So what will happen, you can easily see my white points are popping out a little more, but in shadows I don't have any much changes, but in highlights I'm getting little popping thing as well, right? So I think it's too much, so I'm going to merge node and I'm going to reduce the opacity as per my requirement. So I think this much will be good. After that, what else we can do, we can take a keyer node and I can add over here, and this time I'm going to isolate my highlights one more time, and I'm going to do this probably, and after that I'm going to take a pre-mult node. So what we'll do, pre-mult will pre-multiply your alpha with your RGB, and this result we will have. And again I'm going to take a node called glow, because what happens, wherever is highlight there is a certain subtle glow. So I'm going to do effect only, and might be I can increase the size, not much but little, and I'm going to merge it back to my mainstream like that, and this time I'm going to use operation to plus or screen as per your requirement. This is too much, so again I can control it by lowering down my opacity. So I think this much glow, little soft glow I'm looking for. I think it's too much, so already I can come over here and I can lower it down as per my requirement. So let's compare. This was my input and this is we are till now. Much better, right? What else we can do? There are lots of things we can do, right? So as I'm seeing these areas are little dark, right? These areas are little dark, so I want to add some stuff over here. Might be it might possible that I'm adding some kind of fog or mist kind of effect. To do that, luckily I have a pass called depth pass. So I'm going to shuffle it down. So here I have depth. So only you can use depth as well. So it's pretty easy. So I'm going to desaturate it, because whenever you are rendering from Unreal, your depth pass having some color, but need not to worry, you can shuffle it down. Let's take a grade node again and let's adjust my depth. So I'm going over here, might be I can lower down my gain, and yes, I'm getting good amount of my depth. So I don't want anything on front, so I'm going to crunch it down, and probably I'm going to increase my gain, something like that. So I think it's okay. If needed, I can come anytime and I can change it. So after doing that, I'm not going to add any color. To do that, I'm going to take a node called noise. Noise will be good because it's having some kind of pattern, and I'm going to take a merge node again, and I will multiply my noise with my depth pass. So what will happen, according to depth, your noise will be distributed, right? And I'm going to add it to my mainstream, something like that. So now I'm having a good result. But what I need, I don't need smoke or fog on top of this. So what I can do, I can take a roto node and easily I can isolate this, something like that. I can take a grade node probably and I can connect it. You can do it by merge as well, but I'm going to do it by grade node. So I'm going to gain it down, and to fix this I can add a blur node to roto and I can disperse it, something like that. Also, I can add, see, my fog is looking pretty flat gray. So I want to add little color to it. So what I can do, I can just add a grade node, and probably I can go to my highlight, and probably I can add some kind of color to it. Might be cyan, might be bluish cyan. Now you can see I'm having a very good breakup over here in shadows as well, right? Can you see that? So this is the way how we can add a variation in fog or variation in mist as well. So if I'm going to compare my original image, so you can easily see I'm having a good result. But as you can see, I'm having a little problem over here. It's washed out. So let me fix it. So I can see over here, it's okay for me. It's okay for me. Over here, I'm getting very washed out kind of stuff. So probably I don't want this much fog. So I can come over here in merge and I can lower down my opacity. Or if you want, so what else you can do? You can come over here, take a mask, and you can easily cut it down. Something like that. Again, you can take a grade node or merge. It's all up to you. In grade, I'm going to choose my channel to RGBA, and I'm going to cut it down. Something like that. And of course, to merge it, I can take a blur node and easily I can fix it. Probably I can lower it down as well. So it's totally up to you. Something like that. And if I'm going to compare it now, you can easily see much better result, right? Few more things I can do. I can see, as you can see over here, I am having my eye directed to this point as well because it's pretty bright. So I want my eye to be directed towards this place. So what I can do, I can take a roto shape node and I can mask it, something like that. And probably I can hit E on keyboard just to activate my feathered thing. And I can take a grade node, I can connect it and I can add it to the mask, and probably I can lower down the gain. Something like that. So automatically you can see over here, my eye is directing towards my buildings or cabins, right? So you can do this as well. After all, you can take one more grade node, you can add more contrast. It's all up to you. You can do it. Probably I can use grade before this grade. After that, you can add grain node, right? Because in CG, we don't have grain. So automatically you will have grain. I can change it to might be codec 5218. You can adjust your scaling as per your requirement. And after that, you can add, take a radial node. And I'm going to take a grade node as well. And I'm going to create my vignette effect. So I'm going to do that. Probably I can lower down the gain and probably I can invert it. And here I have to change my scale of radial and probably I can lower down the mix. So I want just a little. And on top of that, you can take another grade and probably you can take same radial, Control C, Control V. And this time I'm going to increase a little gain or little brightness in middle as well, where I want my eye to be. So I can do this. Probably I need to change my radius or radial. So not that much, but little, not much. So I can change it little bit, right? So let's compare. This was my input, and as you can see, this is my output. So we can do more and more things to enhance your artwork, and keep it in mind, same thing you can do it in Photoshop as well, since it's a single image. So I won't recommend you to post any your artwork before doing post-processing or adding it to your portfolio. So I'm hoping that this video will help you to understand the process of post-processing. And if you think that this video is helping you, please don't forget to like this video, share this video, and if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. With this said, this is VFX Vibe signing off. Have a good day.